Hey guys, what is going on, and welcome back to another Madden 15 Ultimate Team video. Now Thursday we had the NFL Draft, and I told you guys whoever went #1 overall to Tampa Bay, I was going to go ahead and pick that player up. Now you guys can see Jameis Winston was the #1 overall pick, so I'm looking for this 80 overall card. You guys can see it's going for about 40,000 coins, but I went ahead, I checked one more time, and take a look at that, 17,000 coins. I bought that thing so fast. I know there was someone else that clicked to buy that, and it said, sorry, this auction has already ended. I mean, you guys have probably been there. I've been there a ton of times, but there it is. The 97 overall, #1 overall pick, Jameis Winston, standing at 6'4", 87 speed, 98 throw power. The card looks pretty good. Here he is compared to Drew Brees. And the last time I checked, the card wasn't actually that many coins, so you guys may, need to go out and pick yourselves up a Jameis Winston. Now I decided to go ahead and complete one more rookie, and you guys can see once again, I bought that card. In the first 2 seconds, it was up. Amari Cooper, the 96 overall wide receiver that got drafted by the Oakland Raiders. You guys can see the stats in this card look absolutely amazing. 100 catching traffic, 97 speed, while standing at 6'1". Now, the only thing I really didn't care for with that card is the release. I mean, the release is only like an 88. That's what made Alshon Jeffrey so good. His release was like a 95 or a 96. But anyways, let's go ahead and let's test these players out. You guys can see that cornerback is like 10 yards off Dez Bryant. So we're just going to turn to the right, give him the ball, and he's going to pick up a first down. Jameis Winston gets his first completion. Now, the next play, we are going to hand this one off to Marshawn Lynch. And look at the defense. They don't know what to do. Marshawn Lynch is going to be marked down at the 1 yard line, but that's okay because that's going to set us up on 1st and goal, and Jameis Winston is going to get in for the touchdown. I planned that. Marshawn Lynch purposely went out the 1 yard line so we could get Jameis Winston, a confidence boost and give him a 1 yard touchdown. Now, my opponent came back on offense, and most of you guys know what he's running right here. He's running PA end around, so I started to cheat up on it, and when I did start to cheat up, he started to take shots deep down the field, which is a pretty good scheme. It's just some of you guys would say that's pretty cheesy. So on 3rd and inches, yeah, I ran commit, something I tell you guys never to do, and he makes me pay as Charles Clay is going to showboat his way into the end zone and tie things up at 7 apiece. I mean, I was playing so bad this game, I don't know what it was. So here we are in the second half. He's going to go ahead, find Charles Clay once again. That is a first down. You guys can see Cam Newton is his quarterback. He's closing in on 100 yards. Again, what a catch by Chris Carter. And that's going to move the chains. You guys can see we're almost in the 4th quarter, and I've had the ball for maybe like a minute. Now he finds Charles Clay once again. He makes a couple of spin moves, gets down to the 4 yard line, and that is going to start off the 4th quarter. So on 1st and goal, Cam Newton's going to roll to the right. Cam Newton using that big body to get into the end zone and take a 14-7 lead. So all of a sudden, all the pressure is on Jameis Winston, but I'm going to try and keep it off of him by giving the ball to this guy right here, Marshawn Lynch, and Marshawn Lynch is off to the races. I don't think anyone's going to catch him, but he is finally going to get brought down at the 9 yard line. You guys can see 4 carries for 99 yards, so he came out of the game. He needed a rest, and we give it to Ryan Matthews. You guys can see Ryan Matthews, he's going the wrong way, but he keeps his feet and gets into the end zone, and we are tied at 14 apiece. So even though I'm playing bad, we still have a chance to come away with a victory in this game. Cam Newton, handoff to Frank Gore, and look how many defenders are there. I'm not even sure who's going to get credit for that tackle. 2nd and 12, Newton looking right side. Eric Berry had a chance to seal that game up. I mean, that would have been the game-winning interception. Instead, he gets a 3rd and 12, and he goes right back to Charles Clay across the 50. Someone tackle him. He finally dives and bounds at the 30 yard line. So on 1st and 10, I mean, all we can hope for is holding him to a field goal. Frank Gore gets popped by Eric Weddle. It doesn't matter because he still hangs on to the ball. 2nd and 9, screen play to Frank Gore, and we are there once again to bring him down. So if we stop him here, we still have a chance. Cam Newton, Charles Clay, and this game is over. Just like that, we come out with a loss in our first game with Jameis Winston. My opponent came out and took the game-winning field goal. I mean, how disappointing. We had so many chances to try and seal this game up, and instead we come out with our first loss of the season. So we are now 2-1, but you know what? We're just going to shake it off and head into week number 4. Now, I definitely want to get Amari Cooper involved. I know you guys didn't see him a lot. Here is Steve Young on a big 4th and 1. He's going to find Chris Johnson across the middle. You guys saw me using DeQuell Jackson I stood no chance. CJ2K is just too fast. Later on 3rd and inches, you guys see him fighting and picking up 2 yards on the play, but those 2 yards were good enough to move the chains once again. So Steve Young is going to drop back. He's going to take a shot, but I am there with Eric Weddle on the deflection. Now you guys notice the clock. We're about a minute away from the second quarter. My opponents are just having such long drives, and it's so hard to get a rhythm going. You guys can see once again another 3rd down and another 3rd down conversion for my opponent. Chris Johnson again picking that one up later. 3rd and 10. Can we get a stop? No. Steve Young, another completion, 6 for 8. And just like that, the first quarter is coming to an end. So here on 1st and 10, he gives it to Chris Johnson up the middle, down to about the 5. Here he is, a man in motion. Steve Young looking right side, and he gets his revenge. Eric Berry, the man who dropped what probably would have been the game-winning interception last week, comes away with a 99-yard pick 6. I mean, what a change of momentum. My opponent drove all the way down the field, took so much time off the clock, and Eric Berry made sure we were having none of that. But here we are later on in the game. Jameis Winston taking a shot for Cooper down the field, just over the reach of his hands. Later, 2nd and 10. I see Dez Bryant. Dez Bryant makes a juke move, gets past another defender, and Dez Bryant all the way down to the 26-yard line. So later, on 1st and 10, we go with the read option play, and Jameis Winston is in for the touchdown. His 2nd rushing TD of the episode, and hopefully it's not the last. So we take a 14-0 lead, but here we are in the 3rd quarter, up 14-7. And we find Cooper. He does a great job of getting his feet in bounds and keeping this drive alive. Winston looking left side. What was I doing? I mean, I threw that one straight to Byron Maxwell, and he's going to end up taking this one all the way back to the crib. And I don't even know what to say. I'm playing so bad in this episode, but you know what? We just got to shake it off and look forward. Things are tied at 14 apiece. You guys can see our offensive line is out there putting in work, giving Jameis Winston all day to throw. We are going to pick up a 1st down. Now, you guys saw me. I was pointing to Cooper. We're going to go ahead. We're going to look for him here, and Amari Cooper gets his first touchdown of the episode from Jameis Winston, and that's what this episode was supposed to be all about, Jameis Winston and Amari Cooper. But you know what? My opponent came right back. He gives it to Eddie Lacy, and he ties the game up at 21 apiece. Now, when I get the ball back, I did nothing with it in overtime. It's actually the second part of the overtime, so a field goal here for my opponent would win the game. He's at the 39-yard line, so on 2nd and 7. You guys see I have a ton of players in the box. He gives it to Franco Harris. I don't think he really got anything on that play, so on 3rd and 7. Is he going to run? Is he going to pass? We'll see. He gives it to Eddie Lacy, and we get in the backfield, and that's going to be a loss of 2 yards in the play, so he's going to have to go ahead and take a field goal from the 41-yard line. You guys can see I'm trying to make the stadium as loud as it can be. The field goal is up. It looks good, but it ends up falling short, and just like that, we have a second chance to come back and win this game. So on 2nd and 10, you guys see me rolling out to the right. We're going to find Vernon Davis. He makes a spin move. Vernon Davis pushed out of bounds at the 38-yard line. Let's see if Jameis Winston can get his first game-winning drive here. Now we're going to make it easy for him. Give it to Marshawn Lynch. He picks up about 8 or 9. So on 3rd and inches, Winston goes play action. Rolls out to the left. Give me a block. Jameis Winston, the biggest play of the game, makes this one a lot easier. We're going to go ahead. Don't worry, you're not blocking this kick. On 3rd and 6, we kick the game-winning field goal. Greg Zuerlein, a.k.a. Legatron, made that one look easy. So Jameis Winston, he came out here and he stole a victory away from the Green Bay Packers. Now, the first game in this episode was a bit shaky, but we started to settle down. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. And in the next episode, I can't promise Jameis Winston will be there, but I don't know. Maybe you guys want to see Mariota. But I will say Amari Cooper, I was impressed with him, so he will be staying on the team. So TD Nation, thank you guys for so much support. Sorry in the delay in videos lately. A Budget Squad episode will be out soon. And until next time, guys, peace out.